welcome to episode 6 of the Part-Time Players podcast. Usual co-host, obviously I'm hosting, Reese, and then obviously my co-host, Brad. Almost messed that up. I
Yeah, I know.
was going somewhere, and then I tried going full circle. I feel like I've saved it, but I don't know if I did.
Yeah, you really
But
did.
anyway, how are you doing today, Brad?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. You've only done it 5 times before, so, it's not too...
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of almost forgot what I normally say, and then I was like, did I say that? And then I tried introducing you, but then I kind of thought, oh, maybe I should introduce myself first. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
not a
just forget.
disaster.
Yeah, we'll forget about
However, I
that.
don't know if you can notice, but the audio quality should be massively improved. Mic situation is sorted my end, so yeah, thank you for sticking with us for the first 5 episodes, and I appreciate any feedback that anybody sent in. But yeah, hopefully the audio problem should be in the past.
Yeah, no, hopefully, yeah, we've both got mics now, so we're a little bit more professional, getting there,
Yeah, slightly. I
Yeah.
don't know if we can call ourselves
No,
professionals.
yeah.
Although I think on Podbean our new status is novice.
Oh, okay.
We've gone
So,
from like beginner to not. I don't know. It's novice. I feel like it's the same thing, but maybe it's a slight improvement
yeah,
from newbie. I
and
think it's
maybe
newbie, and then it's novice, and
we
then professional.
we need to get to journeyman status.
Yeah, yeah, veteran. And then we could just retire,
Yeah,
hang up the
yeah.
mics as it is. So yeah, but yeah, I've got a mic now, USB only. The disaster is finally over. We're going to finally forget about Mic Gate. And yeah, it's finally done. I did, by the way, accept the half price offer from the guy on eBay because I still got the old mic. It's kind of sat in a drawer somewhere
Oh, okay.
because I just couldn't be bothered to send it back.
Yeah, so
So
it's
yeah,
just going to stay there. When you move, that's just going to end up going with you, and it's just going to sit in a drawer and just not, get any use. So yeah,
yeah,
if you
pretty
do ever,
much.
when you do get rid of it though, make sure you dispose of it correctly because there's a big problem with e-waste. And I don't like.
All right. Is this are you applying for a job for the government? Like, is
No, no,
this?
no. I
Are
just
you
don't.
like a activist for littering or?
I am a big, I do like to recycle and that and disposing of stuff correctly. So if you could,
Okay.
that would be, we've only got one planet. Okay, this is
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
understand. Be responsible. I am responsible. I
yeah,
will make sure no one was looking when I struck it in a black bin. Yes, I think that's the responsibility.
yeah.
But no, I'm joking. No, obviously, how would you dispose of it? I don't even know. What would you do, Mr. Expert?
I think there's a lot of companies out there. If you've got any like tech waste, they take it and they can recycle it. But
Ah,
just make
okay,
sure it's like a reputable one and it doesn't end up in like a landfill. So you've got to do a little bit of research, but
okay,
it's worth it.
yeah,
So,
okay, yeah, no.
yeah,
Yeah, well, for the time being, it's just going to collect dust.
it's
So,
fine. Yeah.
for the time being, it's not being chucked anytime soon. But yeah, going on to the news this week. And the top one is a bit disappointing news. Well, more particularly for me than I imagine Brad. But Destiny 2, or the new expansion, which was supposed to be released at the end of September, has been delayed till November. Which, as a Destiny fan myself, and I was kind of looking forward to it. Well, not kind of. I was looking forward to it. Yeah, it's very disappointing to hear that it's being delayed to November. They blame coronavirus. I don't know if everybody can blame coronavirus for everything.
Mm.
It seems to be taking the blame for a lot of things, and it's a little bit skeptical because they literally did an event like last month, and it's kind of like you must have realized that it's like being going to be delayed by 2 months then, and I feel like they're kind of just using corona maybe as a little bit of a cover. But yeah, November's becoming a very expensive and busy month with more things moving there.
Yeah. So when was it supposed to be released originally?
It always comes out on a Tuesday because that's when the restart. So it's been the last week in September,
Oh, okay.
which would have been a Tuesday, which would have been the 22nd, I
Oh, right,
believe.
okay.
Not the
Okay. So
29th. I
yeah.
think it was the 22nd. So
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah. Too much.
And now it's the 10th of November.
Oh, we spoke about something else that got delayed. Oh, it was the Mafia remaster, wasn't it? That got remake. That's been delayed. Was that delayed to no? That wasn't delayed to November, was it, or was it?
That was supposed to be coming now, I think, in August. I don't know if that's now coming out in September.
Oh,
Because
that's
I think
right.
I
Yeah,
was
it's a
saying
month. Yeah,
it was like the same week of where Destiny was. So I was kind of like, it's a bit gutting because I don't want to play Mafia, but if it's coming out the same week as Destiny, well, now
yeah,
that week is free for Mafia. So, you know,
yeah. So you got Assassin's Creed. We've got obviously Cyberpunk and Destiny in November now.
yes. And
Yeah,
obviously any other unannounced
and exactly.
games.
Yeah, and
And
potentially
obviously the big thing is
others.
the console as well. We've got a PS5 coming out in November. So, yeah, very expensive. Don't know what being a part-time player, you're gonna have to pick and choose because these are all very time-consuming games,
Yeah,
and I definitely can't. Well, won't have time to play
time to
all of
yeah.
them. So, yeah, probably for maybe podcast purposes, it might sway me towards some, don't know, different things. Like Destiny's kind of like I could buy it but then not play it for a while. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like a year long
Yeah,
ongoing thing, but for like content purposes, if we needed to, like, if I needed to review Assassin's Creed or we were both playing Cyberpunk for the podcast, then obviously I would prioritize that
yeah.
in this case. But yeah, does it affect you in any way? I imagine it doesn't because you're not a Destiny player anyway.
No, I'm not really a Destiny player. But in regards to all those games coming out, I don't know about being part-time players. I'm gonna have to get another part-time job to be able to afford all these.
Yeah,
It's a little joke there. Don't know if anyone.
yeah,
I,
no,
I
no,
can
yeah.
hear everyone laughing. I can hear all our listener laughing at that. So it's
Is
worth
that
it.
your mum downstairs?
Yes, it's my girlfriend. She's not even laughing. No, she's leaving me. So that's.
Oh, well, again, very dark, very dark. But,
But yeah,
yeah,
no, I don't. As I say, I played a bit of Destiny 1, played Destiny 2 a couple of years ago when it come free on Xbox. On PlayStation Plus. But I'm
yeah.
not a big player of it now. So um, for me, it's not really an issue.
Yeah, impacts you in any way.
Yeah,
Yeah, understandable.
but for
Yeah.
you, obviously, and everyone who's looking forward to it, it's a bit crap. It
Mm,
being pushed back to a month that's already rammed as well. So
yeah.
it seems like that's how it goes. And there's long periods of nothing, and then everything kind of comes out in the same month. And sometimes even I
Yeah.
remember like there's been a few big releases that have come out on the same day before. So yeah, it's what can you
Yeah,
do
that
then?
is a very, yeah. As PR and marketing person, if I worked for any of these companies, I'd just be like, really? Like, you can come out at any point and you're choosing this time when someone, do you know what I mean? It's like, even
Yeah,
like, although we didn't just mention it, I know it's not November, but it's close enough. Like 29th of October is Watch Dogs. Do you know what I mean? That's another open world game. So that's still pretty close. And then obviously we've got the Xbox event this week. What are they going to announce? Obviously, I'm not going to get an Xbox, but any third parties that are going to get announced at that event
yeah,
potentially. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if there's anything there, but yeah, between obviously we're playing Ghost at the moment, which obviously we'll cover as the main topic of this episode. But after I'm finished with that, it's kind of like, what is the next game that is going to be released?
yeah. I get why they do it as well. They push it back to autumn for us up here in the northern hemisphere, and what would it be? It'd be spring down. I don't know how it works. I can't really think. But yeah, they push it. They push it back to the autumn because it's Christmas, so they know they're going to get a load of sales at Christmas as well. So it does make sense. But like you say, yeah, it's a bit of a busy month. So yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm going to get time
Yeah,
to
although I
plan.
feel like that's an old-fashioned viewing of it, isn't it? Where like you usually get games for Christmas, and you obviously went to the shops. Where because of the kind of the digital market and things being released all year round, we're seeing like record-breaking numbers happening. Like I think was it like Animal Crossing was like I know it was because of probably lockdown or whatever, and now like and then Last of Us Part Two was breaking records, which came out in like June, and now I think Ghost is probably doing really well. I know this year's been a bit crazy and everybody's sat indoors, so that probably does obviously
Yeah,
adjust what people are buying. But at the same time, it does kind of think what time of the year it comes out doesn't really matter anymore.
I think
And
it's
I
still.
think,
Yeah, I do think like it's all like the nanas in it and the grandparents. They're like trying to think of and parents as well. Like, I know he plays on a PlayStation. We'll get him a game. It's easy in it. So
Mhm.
I will carry on
Yeah,
buying physical copies of games as long as I
sure.
can. I got
Is that because games are still viewed as something for children, or are they now viewed as like adult entertainment
oh yeah, I think
alongside like a movie or TV program?
yeah. I don't think they're obviously they're not just for kids, but
Yeah,
I think it's you know, at Christmas and that it's just an easy present in it. It's an easy get. So
yeah.
I think that's yeah why they bump them all back. And let's face yeah,
Mm.
we've
I
not
think it
had
depends on the type of game. It's like, why is Cyberpunk, which is clearly not a game designed for children,
yeah yeah
why would you need to put that near, do you know what I mean, near Christmas, where maybe the Crash, like the new Crash game, that makes perfect sense.
yeah
Or a new Mario or Zelda or like a Nintendo type game, I would get totally putting that in November just before Christmas. Perfect.
yeah
You,
I,
cartoony character on the box, definitely. Mum and Dad would definitely pick that up. But
yeah
for Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed, yeah, all them games are just definitely, and Destiny even. None of them are definitely aimed at a younger audience. I don't
yeah.
think.
Well, it's like Cyberpunk's obviously had so many pushbacks already as well in it, so they
Yes.
yeah, and it's kind of it might have coincided at a perfect time for it to come out with the release of the new console. So
Yeah,
that's it.
definitely. Yeah.
And you know we've not had we've not had anything like this global pandemic. Well, you know we've have had them before, but not in certainly not in my lifetime. So it's
No.
uncharted territory, really, isn't
Spanish
it? As well.
flu. Sorry, if I can speak.
Spanish
Spanish
flu,
flu
yeah, that was back
was
in
the last one. Was that the last
Uh,
one?
yeah, yeah, like the big ones, like Spanish flu was really big, and then obviously they had, I think it was SARS and MERS, maybe in the 90s.
Okay.
Swine flu was, I can remember swine flu, but that was in 2009, but that didn't like close, that didn't cause lockdowns or
Yeah,
anything.
none of these were pandemics, though, were they?
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I think swine
the
flu was,
Spanish
it just
flu
was,
was, and
yeah,
it kind of started a big depression. I think that's kind of the thing that, well, one of the influences that started World War Two, I believe.
World War One,
There was such a depression because of the economy and everything after World War One, and then
yeah,
there was like this pandemic, and then obviously, I think there was the rise of power of the Nazis. So
yeah.
yeah, watch this space, people, because you
Again,
know.
yeah, again, this is now we've gone into history corner where we talk
Well,
about
you
stuff
know,
we don't really
it's
know.
the new segment,
Yeah, we don't really
horrible
know anything
histories.
about. Yeah, it's horrible because we ain't got a
Did you
clue.
look that up? Was it England? I still want to know. I never looked that up.
I don't know what year it's set in. So um, I don't
The
know.
Viking invasion, was it England at this stage?
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
it was.
so
I don't know.
I do know that the Vikings were invading England when it was England because that's when King Harold had to go and fight the Vikings off, and then as he won that battle, William the Conqueror invaded, and his like army was a bit fucked and tired, and he had to march them all the way back to fight William the Conqueror, and obviously died, and then that's when
Okay, in Hastings, yeah.
yeah William the Conqueror become our king. So and that was
Mm.
1066. So if it's set after or before after, but I don't know how long England has been England.
Yeah, it'll definitely be set before.
Yeah. So
Way before, I think. I think this is like one of the first invasions.
yeah,
I think
okay.
this is like set way, yeah, I think this is like, I don't know, hundreds of years before that.
Here we go. England was founded as England. This is according to Google in 927 AD. So just over 100 years before
Pretty
William the
old.
Conqueror. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
and Scotland actually and Scotland was 843 AD. So there you go.
Okay.
So and we become the United Kingdom in 1922. So that's yeah.
Okay.
And Wales was
Mate.
1056. So there you go. A little bit of history. A little bit of history in the Part Time Players podcast. There,
Yeah,
everyone's
horrible
just
histories.
turning off.
Okay.
Everyone's turning off. They're like, we don't care about this. So
Well,
yeah,
this is why they tune in for the facts, the
yeah,
hard
the hard
facts.
facts. Yeah,
Okay, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, it must be. Okay, I guess you're right. It must have been England
yeah.
when
Um,
Assassin's Creed Vikings or Valhalla, sorry, is set.
I don't even know how we
But
got onto this. How did we get into this conversation?
I don't know, pandemic,
Pandemic.
Spanish
That's right.
flu.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah. But
yeah, we go all the way back. But
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
bring back to video games.
yeah. Back to video games. There was a little Nintendo Mini Direct today. It's like last
Yeah.
minute, wasn't it? We found, sorry, it was at 3. It was 3 p.m. our time. There wasn't no. They've announced some releases of some games. Nothing for what I play. But Shin Megami Tensei 5 got announced and has to be released next year.
That sounds such like a made up name.
Yeah, it's a JRPG, so that's coming out
Okay.
in 2021. No, I don't think that they want a
Yeah.
release date. And you've got Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. He's getting a
Okay.
remaster, and that's to release next year as well. Maybe they reckon around springtime.
Okay.
And the other thing they announced was Cadence of Hyrule, which come out last year. It's getting 3 DLC packs. One of them come out today, and the other two are coming out before October. That's like a rhythm game. So,
Okay.
3 games I've never played. Um, but yeah, I reckon they must be, like we were saying, they must be going out.
Very underwhelming.
Yeah, and they must be doing like a main direct soon. I'd
Yep.
imagine.
Yeah. What if like a dream conference from Nintendo? What would you want to see?
Well, it used to be, a new Pokemon, but after that, what the Sword and Shield come out, it was a little bit underwhelming.
Do you
Um,
still want that? Like forgetting about Sword and Shield, like, do you want that? Like, because there was always rumors that they're remaking like Pokemon from the ground up. It's
yeah,
going to be this open
I
world RPG type amazing Pokemon thing. Do you still want that or
Yeah,
not
I would
really?
love a game where you start off in Kanto, you do that, you catch a Pokemon, and then you can travel to Johto and Hoenn and all the regions in one, in one game. That would be absolutely amazing because um, they did it in Gold and Silver, and that was like
Okay.
donkeys years ago. You
Yeah.
done you done Johto, and then you could go back to Kanto. So that's what
Okay.
I would love. That, yeah. I don't know if it will ever happen. And obviously, if they'd done like the release date and a little bit more news on the new Zelda, Breath of the Wild like 2,
Yeah, that'd be
that'd be
great.
good. So yeah, that'd be good. Obviously, Mario's
Mm.
always up there, but Paper Mario come
Yeah,
out last week. So
maybe me personally, my personal taste, I'm never a big Mario fan, so that wouldn't really. Although I would really like to play Sunshine. If they could like remaster Sunshine, I
yeah,
would really like to play Sunshine, which
yeah,
I think is
yeah. Maybe
one of the best Mario's.
some of the GameCube games. I'd like to have some of the GameCube games maybe coming on Switch like they have with
Oh yeah, Double Dash.
yeah.
That was like the best. I think that's my favorite kart game, that Mario
Yeah,
Kart Double
Wind
Dash.
Waker. That'd
GameCube
be
was
good.
great. I really like the GameCube.
Yeah,
Really good console. Really, really good.
or even a new Mario
Star
Kart.
Fox. I would really like a Star Fox
Yeah,
game,
Star
but
Fox.
not
Yeah,
like these silly. Because they did release one. Was it last year or the year before? Where it
I
was
think
like
yeah,
with like a toy. It's
yeah. It's
like
kind of like
I don't know. You had like this ship, didn't you? And you could like
yeah,
I don't know. It came to like, I don't know what you call them, but yeah, that kind of genre game. Now I want like a full
yeah. Just a
fledged
Star
Star
Fox.
Fox, a bit like in the N64 type Star Fox.
Yeah,
Just even if
yeah,
they remake that, I would. Yeah, that would be great.
yeah. The SNES Star Fox was really good. I just like that as well.
I
Um,
don't think I ever played that.
but yeah, I think the one they released onto the Switch was kind of like Skylanders, where I don't know if you
Okay.
remember that, when you used to get the little figures and you used to put them on like the portal and take them into the game. That's kind of what
Yeah, yeah,
Spyro turned into. But yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
apparently it wasn't very good. And I think they had one on the Wii U as well, which was really bad because they tried to incorporate the screen and it just kind of didn't work. So yeah,
Okay.
going back to basics of Star Fox, that'd be good.
Yeah,
But
same.
like we
Yeah.
say,
But
we don't know when their announcement's going to be. But then if it's like the one they did today, they just literally it's today. So then it's you know
very last minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
it could be any time.
What's happening with Metroid? Because obviously that was coming out, and then they completely delayed or said they've got to restart a game
Yeah,
because
they
it's
had to
not good
start. Yeah,
enough. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to know what's happening with that because that's an interesting franchise that needs to come back. I think.
yeah, and that got
Uh,
announced. I think that got announced back in 2018, didn't it? But like you say,
yeah, when
they
it
had
first
to
came out.
they just had to completely restart it from scratch. So yeah, that would be a good announcement. As long as I'd rather them just announce games that they know when they're going to come out. Like they've got a a finishing line in sight, so they know it's going to come out so and so, instead of, oh, here's another little, a little, like something like Bethesda does. Oh yeah, here's like a little teaser,
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6, but we don't know when it's coming out, so I'd rather them announce stuff that they know it's got a definite release date.
Yeah, what I want to see from it is another kind of what's it called? Bayonetta. Bayonetta. Is it? Would it be 3 or 4?
4, I think 4 now. Yeah,
Yeah, it would be 4, wouldn't it? Yeah, I really like the other one. So yeah, that
yeah.
was supposed to be rumored to be coming out like ages ago. Once again, no kind of concrete stuff with that. I know that's not technically first party, is it? Because I think Square make it, but
Mm,
um, yeah, yeah, that would be another great game for them to
announce.
announce release,
Yeah,
other than the obvious, which is obviously either Mario or
Zelda.
Zelda. But
But it,
yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 is obviously massive, and it probably must be their priority of getting that out. But imagine if that come out in November, that would just be mental.
yeah, it'd be another one to add to the list. Yeah, um,
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, they've got to announce when they're doing the actual event next. So yeah, we'll wait and see about that. But there is a big event coming on the 23rd of July, this week, and that's Xbox.
yeah, yeah. What's
So
your predictions for the show?
well, I know they're going to do the Halo Infinite. Like that's when
Hmm.
you're going to find out about the campaign. So there's going to be a lot of news. I think it's going to be a lot of news about Halo Infinite. There's a
Yeah,
lot of speculation over whether or not it's going to be like an open world or semi-open world, which would be pretty cool. Um, I've watched.
How would that work with Halo?
Well, I've read some stuff on it, and they're saying like it's kind of, there's like a mission on Halo One called the Silent Cartographer, and that was kind of like, it was linear, but you could like travel around and explore, kind of explore very
Sure.
lightly places, and approach it in a few ways. So if it's like that, so maybe like, like The Last of Us at the beginning, two at the beginning, where you could like explore Seattle a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think that would be interesting. Instead of it
Sure.
just
Yeah,
being,
like mini little sandbox,
yeah,
open world. Yeah.
yeah. So that's good. And it's going to be coming, which is good for me as well. It's coming out on Game Pass when it does get released, so I'll be able to play that straight away.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is mental. It is really, it is mad, because it's, I mean, it's such a big game. Like I used to love Halo. I read, like I've said before, I read the books, and like
Mm,
the lore behind it, and I absolutely loved it. I haven't played 5, but for it to come out just, straight away on Game Pass, it's just mad.
yeah.
But
Where is the incentive to buy the Series X though? It's kind of like, okay, so all the big games that are coming out this fall, I can just get on the Xbox, which I've already own. And so if I'm going to prioritize getting a PS5 or an Xbox, surely you're just going to get the PlayStation because I can play everything already on. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
or
With
PC.
no
Even if
cost.
you've got a PC, you can get it. So
Exactly. I don't know. I know it's really pro consumer and great stuff if you're an Xbox fan because you must be saving so much from it. But
yeah,
yeah, it's just like as a company that's trying to compete with Sony, I don't know how they can beat them. And it's kind of like I guess you can't beat Sony at their own game. Like, can at this stage can Xbox release a game as big as I don't know God of War or a Naughty Dog game or a Spider Man or Horizon? Do you know what I mean? Like these type of games, can they compete? Are they trying even going to try and compete? I don't know if they
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Is
No,
Halo
I
the
think.
same level of that anymore? Because I feel like at one stage Halo was, but is Halo that anymore? Is that Halo an actual console seller still?
Um, I don't know, because I haven't, as I say, I haven't played the last one, and it wasn't great. I don't think.
Mm,
Like the story wise, or well, the story might be good, but I think it's quite short, um, and I haven't played online from it properly since 4. I played Halo 4 online. I love that. I did love used to love the online. Me and
sure.
my mate used to stay up to like 4 o'clock in the morning just playing it every night. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it's good for me, because like you say, I've got an Xbox One and I can play it on day of release. So
Yeah.
I just think it could, this Game Pass is a potentially, it's a big draw. So it could be like, you haven't got an Xbox, but if you get one, if you get like a Series X, you don't even have to buy a game because you can just automatically have access to this library. So
Yeah.
it's a different way of doing it, but I do think it
Mm.
is a smart way of doing it. It's like people like me, I haven't played my Xbox in months, but I'm still paying every month for my Game
Yeah.
Pass. So
Maybe the angle of it is because I think the rumor is, I don't know if it's been officially confirmed, but I know it was either leaked or kind of rumored, was that xCloud is now going to be part of the Game Pass.
okay,
So you don't even need an Xbox, and you
yeah,
could just play all these games, I guess, presuming on your device that's compatible with xCloud,
yeah,
which I imagine is going to be everything. So potentially, I don't know. I guess you wouldn't want to do it on your phone because it's such a small screen. But if you've got like an iPad or a laptop, you will be able to play the latest Halo.
yeah. It is mad, but it
What is this of buying a new Xbox? I don't understand why they're releasing it.
yeah
I, don't, I get why they're releasing it, but do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like they give you so many reasons not to buy it
yeah
at the same time.
it's
Um,
it's kind
yeah,
of like they've kind of skipped the last generation, if you know what I mean, because a lot of people are saying this is going to be the last generation of actual consoles, and it seems like Xbox have already kind of done that, but they're still bringing out a new console.
sure.
But yeah, I will definitely play that. Like I say, I want to play the new Gears 5 as well, and that's on Game Pass, so it's just trying to get time to play it all.
Have you not
But
played it? Oh, you haven't played it yet, no.
nah, not yet. No.
They're
Uh,
going to announce Gear 6, you reckon? Or is
I,
that not too far out?
yeah, I think it's too far. They bought out Gears Tactics earlier in the year on PC, but that
Yeah.
hasn't. It is coming to Xbox, but it's not got a date yet. So
Mm.
the other big thing I'd like to see them announce at the event is obviously I've said it before, Fable, a new Fable.
Yeah.
That's my ideal.
For
Um,
them, I've obviously never played it
yeah,
since I've never had an Xbox. What type of game is it?
it's like an RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of like the first
Fantasy.
one. Yeah, fantasy. Yeah, you're part of this. Like the first one, you're part of this guild, and you had to find the people like these bandits who killed your family. Um, and yeah, it's just a really good game. I know number three got a bit of flack. Not a lot of people liked it, but I thought it was really good. I've enjoyed all of them. I think they brought out Fable Legends a few years ago, or they was gonna bring it out, which was kind of like a
Mm. Did it get cancelled?
yeah, I think it got cancelled. Yeah, it's kind of like an MMO kind of thing. Um, so yeah, just bring out a normal, a new, story Fable 4. I think that'd be great, and it'd go straight to Game Pass as well. So I won't have to buy that either. So
Yeah,
yeah, sweet.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I take it since obviously they've got that potentially being announced, you won't see anything from Obsidian.
No, they. I did see a rumor that they've got there was a speculation around the game they was doing. Let me have a look. What it was. Uh, this
Because
isn't good.
surely we're not going to be working on the next Outer Worlds. No, it's going to be Outer Worlds 2, surely.
It was a different. It was. I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why. I think it was called Grounded. New game. I'm looking now. That's the one thing I didn't write down, and you've called me out on it. Uh, yeah. So it's called. Yeah, it's Grounded. So Grounded is a new survival title coming from the masterclass RPG creator studio Obsidian. It
Okay.
takes the idea. Oh, I think I've seen this. Yeah, it's like I've seen a video of it. It's like you've been shrunken down. It takes the idea of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and puts the player in the shoes of an ant-sized character to try and survive in their own backyard. Yeah, I've seen. I can't remember where I saw that, but I've seen like a little trailer of that. Yeah,
Obsidian are doing this. This is an RPG.
yeah, that's Obsidian. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, there's that. Um, but other than that, I don't really know what else they could say. I don't think I say. I don't think.
Because obviously, I think last week, was it last week or the week before when you mentioned Fable, you said that, was it Perfect Dark? They also
Yeah,
renewed.
perfect. Yeah, they the same time they done the Fable stuff. They done Perfect Dark. Yeah,
Yeah, you're expecting that as well?
yeah, yeah. I've never played a Perfect Dark though, so that one don't hold as much fondness to me
Mm,
personally.
sure. And I guess you're going to see the usual, aren't you? I guess obviously Forza will 100% be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it will be there. I'll take it. Minecraft will be there at some point.
Mm.
I don't know what they're doing with Minecraft. It just seems to be never ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know what else would be there really. I'm kind of excited to see the third party stuff. Obviously, as a well PlayStation fanboy as
Yeah.
you are, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the third parties. Hopefully, it's not all Ubisoft stuff. I've got a sneaky peek because obviously they've done the marketing with Assassin's Creed that Ubisoft has obviously partnered with them, and we might see the first bit of gameplay for Far Cry because we
Okay.
saw no gameplay at all at Ubisoft's event.
Yeah.
So, okay, strange that you didn't show any, and obviously all them screenshots got leaked. So there must be a little bit of gameplay, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it there.
Yeah. As long as they don't open with Grand Theft Auto 5 again, like PlayStation did, it'd be good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
still,
I'm excited for it.
seven. It's not number seven.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. So yeah, I'll be watching that on Thursday.
Yeah, well, if Rockstar are there, then I think people will go crazy.
Yeah.
They're there with anything other than Grand Theft Auto 5, then I think people will go crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, from Rockstar would be massive. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about Xbox and One other than look forward to the third party stuff. I think another, well, you kind of, I don't know if you said it on the podcast or it was us talking outside the podcast, but we were talking about Call of Duty and that's not been announced.
Yep.
So sure, that's got to be at this event, and they must have switched back to the Xbox after spending a generation with PlayStation.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. There must be coming up soon, that announcement, because they're not going to give it leave it a year. So mm,
Yeah,
yeah, and that most likely come out in November as well.
Black Ops, maybe I think I saw rumored or leaked. I think it's going to be Black Ops. So
Okay.
um, yeah, I'm not. I've jumped out of Call of Duty years ago, so yeah, it's kind of a bit irrelevant to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I know how you feel. Yeah. It's I haven't played. Yeah, I haven't played a Call of Duty in a while. I play them when they come free on PlayStation Plus. I downloaded the Call of Duty Modern Warfare remaster. I downloaded that and I played that through again. That was good.
The World War Two one, which was a couple of months ago.
Oh yeah, I done the. I actually already had that. I had bought that on Xbox One. That was the first game I bought on Xbox One. So yeah, I'd already done that one.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah,
I just realised that I'm just not very good at first person shooters.
yeah,
With the exception of Destiny, although maybe I'm not that good at that either. But yeah, I just avoid them just generally because I'm just not that good at them, and you generally need to be. It's almost like you need to play it full time to be good because there's just so many people that are so good at it these
mm.
days. It's
I
a bit,
used to be really not being like bragging, but I used to be good at Halo 3, and I was quite good at Modern Warfare 1 because that's they both come out in the same year. So I was playing both of them. But like you say, I put so many hours into Halo 3, you do just kind of get good at it. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, Call of Duty definitely will be coming up. Most, like you say, most likely Xbox. So wait and see about that as well.
yeah. Well, segueing kind of to the other side, which with PlayStation. And obviously, we're going to be talking about our opening thoughts of Ghost, but which made me think Ghost of Tsushima will be the last PS4 exclusive, first party exclusive. And so it was kind of an interesting topic for me and Brad to decide what is our top five PS4 first party games of this generation. I don't know how you want to do this. Do you want to take turns? We say our number one, and then, or do we
Um,
start with number five and then make our way up? I think we start with number five actually. So
yeah.
you say your number five, and then I'll say my number five, and we'll go
Um,
from there.
my number five was like I wrote down because I've only put in games that I've played. So the one I put was the
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to put
yeah,
number one.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
The Order 1886 was my number five. I got it years
that is
after it.
very interesting. That's in your top five.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, this shows how many I've played. So, it come out. I got it years after it come out. I got it quite cheap as well. And the reason I think it holds such fond memories is because I got a platinum on that. It was quite easy, and I was able to. Remember that little competition we was having? I was able to beat you, and that contributed to that. So um, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's
that's
why it has such good memory to you
yeah,
because it enabled you to beat me. Yeah. Okay. Fair
yeah.
enough. Um, my fifth, well, my number five is Last of Us Part Two.
Yeah, that
Um,
surprisingly that one didn't make it nowhere near my list. So yeah,
really well.
yeah,
Wherever you think of it, it's the level of polish and storytelling and gameplay is just yeah, it's hard to compete with Naughty Dog, and obviously it was either going to be Uncharted 4 or Last of Us Part 2, and for me, Last of Us Part 2 is better, in my opinion, and yeah, it doesn't come in above the other four just because I enjoy playing the other four. I find them funner. However, in terms of storytelling and yeah, in terms of where it pushes games, I think it deserves to be in the top five for me. It's a
yeah.
great
It's
game.
fair enough. Yeah, I know a lot. I say a lot of people liked it. It just kind of fell down at the end for me. So
Yeah, understandable.
yeah,
It's a very paralyzing, or polarizing, sorry,
Polaroid,
game.
yeah.
You're
Um,
either going to like it or not. I think. Yeah, whatever side you fall on, I think it's still a fantastic game. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. My fourth one is The Last of Us Remastered. So obviously, that just has to go on here. The number one is like is potentially the perfect game, and then they just made it look better on the PS4. So yeah, that's my number four. Really like that game.
Okay.
Love that.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's well, I would say it's the best game of the PS3 era
Mm,
by now. Um, but yeah, I didn't put it on my list just because do think of it as a PS3 game rather than a PS4 game.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
however, yeah, it would probably top my list if not. Yeah, my number four is Horizon,
Okay. Yep.
which is probably no surprise because, um, yeah, it just ticks all the boxes for me. And I'm probably going to repeat myself when I talk about Ghost, but they're both very similar game. It's that open world check boxes. Do you know what I mean? You got your little side mission, you got a main campaign. If the combat's really fun and I'm engaged with the world and I like it and stuff, and I really like Aloy as a character, and I'm really excited for number two. I think it's only going to get better, and I think Gorilla from doing what was their shooter called? Killzone.
Killzone. Yeah, I really like Killzone. Yeah.
Which I never really got into. Clearly, they were trying to copy Halo. Um, and yeah, I was never a big fan of it. So for them to just adopt that and change and do this open world game, it was quite impressive. And yeah, I can't wait for number two. It'd be interesting, especially
Yeah.
since Holman Host, who was obviously the lead of that, is now the lead of Sony. So they
Yeah.
haven't got him directing or whatever he did. It's kind of interesting to see how that studio is going to work without him at the helm.
I
Uh,
do think it's on here as an honourable mention for me.
yeah,
I like they had it had as a new IP is brilliant. And it's a good game. I did enjoy it. I just kind of just I don't know the story didn't grab me as much, so that's the reason why it wasn't on my actual list. And it's pretty it's impressive thinking that Gorilla went from making Killzone to this open world RPG with robot dinosaurs, and it's and that's crazy. Um, I really like Killzone games, especially the one and two. I thought that was brilliant. Um, but I never played the Killzone for the PS4 um, because it'd been out. I think it was like near. It was either a launch title or it came out quite early on in
it
the
was.
PS4. Yeah,
Wow.
and I heard some bad things about it, so I didn't play it. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, no, that's a good shout. Yeah, the Horizon. As I say, I've got it on here, but as a little honourable mention. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
my number three is Uncharted 4,
Yeah. Good choice.
which actually you lent me, and I've still got it actually. Um, yeah,
I think it's going to be on the board of lending.
yeah. So
When did it come out? 2017?
2016 you lent it to me. So
2016.
yeah,
Wow. I've had it for 4 years.
yeah. So that's just mine
Yeah,
now. So
rental fees for that.
yeah.
Christ.
Well, hey, I thought you moved up north, so I can't give it to you
How
now.
they be? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my. I played number 1 and 2. As I said before, I never played 3. But number 4, just I don't know, it's just fun. I just really
Do you
enjoy
know
playing it.
it was on PS Plus?
Yeah, I think I've got it. I've got the remastered collection and 4 on PS Plus as well now. Yeah, so I've uh, I've doubled up. I've got the collection. I just haven't got around to playing 3. If I'm honest with you. But yeah, number 4 was just fun. I just used to get in from work and just I really enjoyed just chilling out and just playing it. It was just a fun game. Apart from the end, I didn't really like the sword fight at the end. I thought that was a bit shit. But other
Mm.
than that, yeah, it was,
Spoilers.
sorry everyone. There's a sword.
there's a there's a sword in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The ending was a bit bizarre,
yeah,
um, but overall, yeah, it was a great game.
yeah,
Although I don't know if that's a good thing, bad thing. Maybe it's not a bad thing because I don't really remember many game stories. But for a game that's all about storytelling, I couldn't tell you much about the story of the game.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember it. Like I don't know what happened in it. Other than now, you just said that. I know that you end up on that. I don't know. It was now something to do with pirates.
Yeah, something like, it's like a Pirate Bay or something. Yeah, but it ended well as well. I think for like they had a good ending for it.
Yeah,
Unlike that's where Naughty Dog could do good endings on their games. Not like Last of Us 2. Um,
yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, that's my. I'm sorry. I know I should. I have to have a little dig every time I mention it. It's just the way I am. So
It's fine, mate. It's fine. One day you'll get over it.
maybe.
My number 3 is Ghosts of Tsushima.
Okay. Yep.
Uh, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to save it for the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go on to your number 2.
Yep. Number 2 is Spider-Man or Spider-Man. Even though I haven't completed it yet, I have played it, but what I played of it so far is really good. So just love playing as Spider-Man. And some of his iconic villains are in it, and it's just fun. Yeah. So that's my number 2. Really good. Not played the DLC, um, but well, because I haven't completed the
Great.
game. So that's my number 2.
Yeah, same. I've got
Okay.
Spider Man number 2, and I'm expecting our number 1 is going to be the same as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Um, yes, all the same reasons you just said. It's a fantastic game. I have beat it. I've got the platinum. It's a phenomenal game. Can't wait for Miles at the end of the year. DLC was a little bit disappointing. I never finished the DLC. Um, it kind of just I don't know. It just went a bit weird with the DLC, so I never actually finished it. But yeah, the actual story itself it sets up perfectly for Spider-Man 2. I can't wait for Miles, and then obviously eventually, obviously, we're going to get
That's it.
Spider-Man 2 with Peter again. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So that means there's only one left now, really, for it to be our number 1.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, no, actually, mine's MLB The Show 18. So I don't know what yours. That's obviously yours as well, yeah. Major League Baseball, I think that stands for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you spot on. I was going to go for the Playroom VR.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
No.
no,
Yeah.
joking aside, I take it is which is definitely the best game of this generation, which was God of War.
God of War. Yeah. So that game was just is like next level, really. The story, the set pieces, the where it's set, like this, it's everything about it is amazing. There's just I remember playing it, and my girlfriend sitting next to me watching me, like not really interested, and I'm trying to explain, like saying to her, like, look, you're here, and in the background, there's all you can see is this dead giant. It's just and it's like and it's not nothing major. It's just there. He's just dead. He's like just laying in the background, but you're kind of I don't know. It's amazing. It's just. It's
Yeah,
fantastic, and hearing all like the lore of Thor, and he's a bit of seems like he's a bit
it's
of a
like
prick, and
Norse
yeah,
mythology
it's
stuff.
just crazy, and so yeah, that couldn't really be anything else other than God of War for me.
Yeah,
So
I think they're
excited
really
for this
cool.
one.
Although I do like the Greek stuff, and obviously that's where God of War originally was at.
Mm.
But yeah, the new stuff is definitely very cool. some of the twists and turns, how Kratos is kind of been evolved from just this angry guy to
Yeah,
now the father, and the whole journey is no spoilers, but is about he's obviously his wife and stuff, and the journey with his son, and coming to terms that he's now the boy's guardian. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's yeah, no, it's a beautiful journey between father and son, and there's some really good plot twists. Gameplay is phenomenal. The axe that you have when you can throw it and it comes back to you is some of the just the funnest gameplay I've ever experienced in
yeah,
any. I think it was the first game. No one I mentioned that I played games with a headset on. That was the
yeah.
first game I played where I actually got my headset, and having the music in your ears and the thunder and it is just so epic. You got to play that
Okay,
with a headset. It's the same thing with like Ghosts because of the music and the wind and the sounds. It's so good with a headset on. Honestly, just it completely takes because I sometimes play it without a headset. I sometimes like I can't be bothered to put it on.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
play, and I'm like, wow, this experience is just completely different with the sounds coming out of the TV.
yeah.
Honestly, you play with a headset. Honestly, it just completely changes games, especially when it's like music and stuff and wind and environments because you can change to like 3D sound and you
Okay,
can hear around you. It just I know that's what they're talking about next generation of that's like what's up and coming, but you can do it in this generation and it's yeah, it's fantastic. I
no,
can't wait.
yeah, I might give that a go. I might play it because I do want to play it again. So I might, yeah, invest in a
Mm.
decent headset.
You did beat it.
You what? Sorry.
You did beat it. You finished it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Done it. Yeah, and I was quite, a bit sad afterwards because I was enjoying it so much, and now
Yeah,
it's,
it is one of them
yeah,
games where it's
yeah.
ended.
It's a game as well. Like it just makes you feel powerful. Like you're
Mm.
Kratos, and you're just like, listen, you can just it just it just makes you feel like it's absolute tough guy, and you don't take shit from no one, and you can just it's just brilliant. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah, stomping on heads and ripping bodies in
yeah,
half.
it's just
Yeah,
it's
so,
amazing. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's a good
looking
game.
forward to the
The,
sequel.
Valkyries.
No, I only killed one. I couldn't really get the others. Yeah,
Well, obviously, I did the plat for that,
yeah, all right,
and
whatever.
you had to do all the Valkyries, including the Queen Valkyrie.
Mm,
Oh, that can go fuck it. Honestly, I died so many times. Just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Just I just could not finish that thing. It was it's the hardest thing in the game. Is trying to kill that Queen Valkyrie because there's this move. Doesn't matter how well you can do. You can do the whole. There's one point where I did the whole thing perfect. Hardly any hits on me. I had quite a bit of health and I got this thing to a little bit of health, and at any point it could just jump up in the air, and if it catches you and you don't roll, it will just grab your head and it'll just snap your neck and kill you instant. Like it doesn't matter how much health you've got,
yeah,
it'll
yeah,
just kill you. And there was one playthrough, I was like, I'd done this flawlessly. I thought, yes, I've finally done it. It had a little bit of help. It did this jumping thing. I kind of lost a little bit of concentration. It grabbed me, broke my neck, and I was just like, no, when you just want to throw your controller,
yeah.
something it's like yeah, I honestly thought about buying a gun at that point and shoot myself in the head because it was pretty self destroying.
I think I killed the first one.
I was trying to do this
Um,
as well.
there was another one that I just stumbled across, and I tried to fight, and I just got absolutely destroyed. So I didn't bother trying to get any of the others.
Yeah, yeah. All the other ones are nothing compared to the Queen. The large, it got all their powers combined plus all this other. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah, it's tough, but I did it. I got
yeah.
the plat.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. This.
My little avatar. See, I've heard that's a really good. Another thing I liked about the game is when you got the platinum, it gave you like an avatar to show that you got it. I
Yeah.
know Horizon did that as well, and I think that's a really good little touch to like show that
Show
you've.
off.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
it's a sense of achievement. Like I got
yeah,
the plat for the game. Here's my avatar, which I've got on with pride. So
yeah.
you know,
I see it. Every time you log on, I see it pop up, and yeah,
I, I like that. I
yeah,
like that. Good. So
I,
yeah,
yeah.
I will. Well, I am going for my next plat, which is the game we're going to talk about next.
Oh, MLB The Show 18.
Yeah, well, I don't know what is the trophy list for that. Are they achievable?
I don't know.
I don't know if
I'm
they're
pretty
achievable.
sure I might have that on in my library actually from PlayStation Plus. I don't
I
know.
don't know why. I feel like sports game platinums are really difficult. Like I always look at like I said, I sometimes buy FIFA and stuff, but my trophy percentage in all those are really low. I
Mm.
feel like I don't know how you get all the trophies in it. I feel like it must be. there must be some really like
Yeah,
tough trophies to
yeah,
get.
yeah.
These
I used to
random
play.
bits.
I used to play Pez a lot, and yeah, like
Mm.
to win tournaments and everything, and that, and yeah, you used to look at your trophy or back then my achievements, and you used to like, wow, I'm so far away. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
exactly. It's like, what trophy do you need to get this? Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't. Yeah, you've got to do some random odd goal or whatever to get it. But yeah, we're going to our main topic. 50 minutes into the podcast.
50 minutes in. Yeah, if anyone, yeah, sorry everyone if you're waiting for.
you you keep good things come to those who wait. You wait this long, so
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, we'll kick into it. A bit similar to like what we said at the beginning of Last of Us. We're going to say this is spoilery. We're not beat the game, so we're not going to spoil the ending. We're going to try and avoid major plot points or whatever. But like we said before, it's very difficult to talk about the game, what we like, what we don't like, if we don't talk about certain aspects. But we're not going to spoil anything on purpose. Hey, Brad. So,
yeah,
yeah, I
definitely.
don't know if you want to kick off with your thoughts of the
Yeah,
game initially, or how
yeah.
far are you first of all?
Well, I don't. As I say, I don't think I can spoil it that much anyway because I haven't actually played. I'm not that far in. I think there's like the first main mission you can do after a certain point. I've done that, and that's about it really. So, yeah, not very far in at all. I've only played it for about I don't know about 5 6 hours. I think maybe yeah, about 5 hours. So,
Okay.
yeah, but what I've played in it so far, I really like. The actual the game itself is is stunning. It's beautiful. The way that like, the colours and like the environments, it just looks unreal. And that's only the ones I've seen so far as well. So like like you've got like bamboo forests and like trees when all the leaves are falling down, and you're like riding your horse through like these fields, and yeah, it's really really it's a really good looking game. That's like the first thing I've got here.
Yeah, no, visually
Um,
stunning. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah, exactly. I quite like the combat once you get used to it. I it, yeah, I kind of wasn't too sure how to parry, but I got that in the end. I don't like the bow at the moment. I feel like the bow's just kind of uh, inconsequential. Really, doesn't really. It's not powerful enough. But apparently, the more you upgrade it and the better bows you get, it becomes like you become unstoppable with it. It becomes really good. So obviously, I'm gonna wait for that to happen. But at the minute, yeah, that's the one bit of the combat I don't like is the bow. Not too much. Uh, and what else is I like about it because as I say, I ain't played it that much. A little thing I didn't know. So this isn't a spoiler. So you kill. You have to unlock certain things. You have to kill the leaders in camps. Um, I didn't know if you observed the leaders first and then kill them. You actually got put like 2 points. So you get a point for observing them and you get a point for killing them. So I'm going to start doing that more now on because usually I just run in there and kill them. So that's a little tip I found out. Um, but yeah, other than that, as I say, I don't really want to go into the story, and there's not much more I've come across because I'm still so far, so far near the beginning. So, what about you? What do you like about it?
Yeah, no, I second everything you said. I am a lot further than you. I'm at the end of Act Two.
Oh, okay.
Um, I think there's maybe I don't know if there's more than 3 acts, so probably most of the way maybe through the main story.
Mm,
Um, I'm very much leveled up. Jin, so obviously he plays Jin Sakai, who's Lord Sakai as a samurai. Without spoiling it, it's basically about the Mongol invasion of the island of Tsushima. And he's basically an honorable samurai, and he's kind of in order to kind of beat the enemy, he needs to kind of give up the traditions of being a samurai and fighting honorably, and he almost has to become like a ninja. And it's almost a bit like a superhero story where he turns into Batman, which I kind of, as a real big Batman fan, I'm really enjoying. Yeah, I agree with you in terms of the world. It's beautiful, the landscape. The amount of times I've stopped and just looked around, I'm just like, wow. And obviously, you haven't seen like the second part of the island, it's like the top part. and there's some parts in it where it's just like these fields of like these red flowers, and it's just, I don't know, it's just stunning. Honestly, it's just like, wow, what am I going with? And there's this place called the Golden Forest where all the leaves are like golden and they're all falling. And there's another place where you kind of go to Jin's hometown,
Okay, yeah,
and this little you go to where he's, I think it's a cemetery where he's obviously um well, family is buried, and he goes there, not to spoil who's there, but there's like a little island of like, there's like a lake which is studded, and there's this little island with this white tree, or this white leaf tree, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so, yeah, I've never seen a more pretty game where I just looked around and thought, wow, this is just stunning
yeah,
in terms of
yeah,
landscape. Yeah, I like Jin. He's kind of a coolest character. I think most of the characters are kind of vanilla in it so far, which I've played, but it's fine. Nothing's like bad or annoying or anything like that. Um, the combat, I agree with you. It's a bit stiff. It gets you need to get used to it. It's very unforgiving. If you're not playing the way it wants you to play, you do die. I died a lot at the beginning.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I kind of wanted to play a little bit more aggressive. I wanted to attack a bit more, and you had to like block and, like you said, um, roll and evade and all that kind of thing. So I kind of just wanted to go and attack it first. But once you get used to it, yeah, no, the combat is really rewarding and it's really fun, especially once you start unlocking. Because at this, how I am, well, my Jin right now, where I've unlocked him quite a bit, it almost feels like a superhero. Feels almost overpowered
yeah,
to the point where I can pretty much, although I've been going in stealth a lot lately, even if I get caught, I'm not really that bothered because I can pretty much take on a big group of enemies now quite comfortably. Like, I won't die. Like, I could quite easily just, I don't know, take on like 6 or 7 people if they all come towards me, and I
yeah,
would deal with them. So yeah, the combat does improve and it becomes a lot easier and it's very enjoyable. It reminds me a little bit of Shadow of Mordor combat.
okay,
Now, when you've
yeah,
got loads of orcs around you, and you're like killing all of them because you're so overpowered. But it's not quite that, but it gets close to that, if you know what I mean. And I feel like it has been inspired by that. Like I said, like the Arkham, Assassin's Creed, Shadow of Mordor, even like Breath of the Wild with the like landscape and the world. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell because obviously Zelda's a little bit like that with the pretty landscape and stuff like that. So
mm.
I think it's definitely been inspired by a lot of very very good games, which is not a bad thing.
No,
What do you think of the wind? I know there's no hard, and you get directed by the wind. Have you
yeah. So
seen?
far, what I've been planning, yeah, is it can be, obviously it gives you the general direction, but then if it's like in a general direction and like down or up any bit, it can be a bit of yeah, it can be like I was trying to find something and I just couldn't find it because I didn't know if I had to go up the like go up like a cliff or down. Um, but it does work and it's a it's a really interesting way of doing it, like the wind. And I think um, you can swipe up and you see the wind again, so you kind of get
Yeah,
like
on the
a
touchpad. I
reminder.
think it's a really good way to using the touchpad as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, that's a really good feature actually. And as I say, I really like all the upgrading bits. At first, when I was first playing it, I saw the upgrading options. I was kind of like a little bit like, well, wow, this is where do I put my points? Um,
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean. I get
yeah,
that.
you
Like,
just kind of feel you got to try and find like the way you want to play, and then just put them into where you think is going to get be best.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
I
get that with also like, should I do a main story or should I do a side mission?
mm,
Am I overpowered? Am I under? Do you know what I mean? I always get that anxiety of like choice. I don't know which one to do. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like that. Do you get that in these type of games where it's kind of like it opens up and it's like you can do whatever you want? And there's a certain moment where I am now at the end of Act Two where one of the main characters says to Jin, um, um, before we start the next thing, go do and complete stuff, and then I'll come meet you there. And I
yeah,
was like, oh, the game is finally telling me go clear all them things. So I felt like that was like permission to do it. Also,
Yeah,
yeah,
I kind of I get obsessed. I think I've mentioned this before. I get obsessed with the side quests, and I kind of feel like I need to do as many of them as many of them as I can before I progress. But then
yeah,
the thing about that is, if you do that and you kind of get burnt out a little bit, then you don't want to go back to the main story because you're like, oh, I need a break from this.
sure,
So yeah, I try my best to mix it up, do a few side missions, and then a quest mission. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, having that when they tell you to go back and do it, there's a little bit of guidance. You're like, oh, okay, I'll do it now.
sure.
But it's getting to that point as well. That's get because it happens. Do this because after this point, there's no going back, kind of thing. So yeah, you must be getting to the tail end of the story mode, story campaign.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, no. It's a really good game. It kind of the load screens are really impressive.
Mm.
I don't know if you've gone that far into it, but if you fast travel or even if you die, although the dying thing's quite cleverly done, but with the fast travel, I'm so impressed with like because normally when you do a fast travel, you watch it load, and I normally go on my phone, I might open Twitter, Instagram, or something like that, and then while it's loading. But before I can even unlock my phone, I look up and it's already there. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
all
they're
right.
not long at all, are they? Yeah.
Didn't even unlock my phone, so which is obviously not a bad thing at all. It's yeah, it's really impressive. I don't know how they've done it. I don't know how they've done it technically. If this was like a game on the PS5, you're like, oh wow, this is what the SSD is doing on the
Yeah.
PS5. Do you know what I mean? And which they've all been talking about. But clearly, that's maybe a trademark of which Sony is trying to do is quick loading times, no HUD, because I think Last of Us had no like map or HUD or anything like that as well. So I reckon Horizon and Miles Morales Spider Man will not have HUDs either.
Okay, yeah, good, big shot, yeah.
No, I feel like that's going to be their trademark. Quick loading times, no HUDs in all their games. Now I don't know how it's going to work in New York. I don't know if they're going to do a wind thing again with, or it's just going to be Spidey senses. I don't know how that's going to work with no map
Yeah,
in New York, but um, yeah, I guess they have to get creative with it. But yeah, no, I think the wind stuff is very, very clever. And then obviously you've got the golden birds, which take you to certain places. And you also got the foxes,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or certain animals in the game, and then they take you to things. So yeah, it's all like visual rather than within the game, rather than maps and arrows and things like that. So
it's
yeah,
the
the sounds are great as well. Like I said, I've been playing with my headset and the music and things, and I believe Sucker Punch actually went to Japan to actually record a lot of the things because it is all like authentic Japanese like instruments or sounds and
okay.
from like old movies and stuff, and it is supposed to be quite authentic to that. So um, yeah, the biggest compliment I can give to the game and looking at the world that you said is pretty is it makes me want to visit Japan.
It does, yeah, yeah. Well, I've,
No one
I've
right. If I could go anywhere in the world right now, like travel anywhere around the world, I would probably pick Japan.
yeah. Well, I've never played a game where I want to play. I was kind of thinking, I'm going to play it with the Japanese dub, and I'll just read the English subtitles because I kind of think that'd be really good. But
Yeah,
I didn't. I put the English on, but I think that'd be really good. Yeah, I've never wanted to. I've never thought about doing that before. But then again, I don't really play a lot of JRPGs. But um, I know this isn't a JRPG. Before we get emails, yeah,
yeah,
it's and like you can have that like the black and white mode. It's just so cool. But
yeah. That's pretty cool.
if you
Yeah,
had the black and white mode, obviously you wouldn't see all the colours and work that's gone into the
such a
environment.
shame.
Yeah, it's such a good game. I'm really enjoying playing it. The little I have played of it so far, and I will go back. I don't know if I'm going to have it completed by next week um, to do like a big in-depth discussion. I'll try
Yeah,
my hardest, but yeah,
yeah.
what I've played. So
Finished. Hopefully, I should have it finished.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm going for the fight, so I am doing a lot of the side stuff, ticking all the boxes because there's nothing. But if I am going to go for a platinum, I like to get as much done while playing the main story.
yeah,
So
yeah,
then, when you've got a couple of bits to do at the end, you've not got like hours and hours of all these side things to do because you haven't done it throughout the main campaign because you've kind of gone through it. So, yeah, I may not have finished the main campaign, but I think I probably will by next week. It's only 17 hours, the main story, so
Oh, okay.
currently 40 with all the extras. So
Yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff to do. So I've been clearing up, but yeah, it's a super fun. Sucker Punches, sorry if I can speak. I think it's their best game. Although I really like Infamous, I think this is probably definitely their best game. I believe you agree with that.
yeah. I've only played Infamous One, and I really enjoyed that. Really good. Um, but yeah, it is a good game, and I'm really glad as well that this is the song. This is the song. This is the swan song. Sorry, of the PS4 exclusives. It's kind of it's ending on a good note instead of it. It kind of for me it would have been a bit of a letdown if it ended on The Last of Us 2. So I'm glad they've got another game. Yeah,
Excited to say that.
yeah, they've got another game that they've come out and this is the send off. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good game. It's a shame I haven't played more of it, but what I have played so far is brilliant.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying it's definitely a part-time player's game, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
100%.
if you go by my standards, yeah, playing it for about 5 hours and it come out on Friday, then yeah, definitely a part time player's game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a if you've got PS4 and you like any kind of open world game, you enjoy combat, and you like any of the games I mentioned that it's been inspired by, if you like Arkham, Assassin's Creed, Shadow of Mordor, Breath of the Wild, Witcher, Sekiro, even. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you like any of those games, which I think majority of people do,
yep,
um, and even Horizon, you could probably add to that list. If you like any of those games, yeah, you
give
would
it a
definitely like this game.
go. Yeah.
It's yeah, I think it's great, great stuff.
Well, yeah, like we say,
So
we can go
yeah,
into a more detailed.
I can go into without spoiling stuff, really, in
Yeah,
terms of my initial thoughts.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah, if
yeah,
you've got anything to say about the game,
no, just that once we've both finished it, we'll come back with a more detailed one. Obviously, with a spoilers, but we'll give a spoiler warning when we do it. There might be a
yeah,
couple of weeks. Um, but yeah, no, I think you summed it up. You summed it up a lot better than I did. But yeah, like it's a good game. Good,
yeah,
a
I
good,
think it's very good.
gritty game. This
It
is
is a
this.
good way, which I know we're gonna. Without obviously, I like Last of Us a lot more than you
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
But it kind of makes me think playing this game and how fun it is to play. It's kind of like, and you're looking at the Metacritic score of it, and like the user score is like 99.1 or 9.2, which is obviously a lot higher than Last of Us, and obviously it's got a lot lower score in terms of critics score on Metacritic, and it's kind of like, is critics an actual fans or players, are they kind of becoming further and further away? Because clearly players just want to play fun games.
exactly.
Whether or
Yeah,
not it's critically as good as Last of Us, and you can say probably not. Like in terms of polish storytelling, what Last of Us is doing, it you can see it's another level to Ghost, but Ghost is a lot funner game. If I was going to pick up and play one just to play as the fun of it, I would pick Ghost, despite Last of Us probably
yeah.
being a better game. Do you
I
know what I mean?
yeah,
So
I don't
it's kind
go
of like
by.
what Naughty Dog do if they actually made a game that was fun. That
Yeah,
kind of excites
I don't go by what like I don't know. I don't what what kind of weight does being a games journalist do hold. It's yeah. I play like you say. I play games for fun. I play games for escapism. Um, The Last of Us 2 up to a point was good, but it was pretty like it could be stressful and a bit dour. And but then like all the games journalists are like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. And this is well, what were there reasons behind that? Not the gameplay or not the story. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting point. But like you say, I don't really care what games journalists have to say because if I like a game, I like it. Like they would have you believe that The Last of Us 2 was the best game ever. The best game of not only of this generation, but yeah, like all there's so many generations. But for me, it was fun up to
So
a point. But
it should be kind of a bit more objective. If you're
yeah,
reviewing a game, it should be a little bit more objective, but it's definitely subjective.
yeah,
And that's why I used to Nintendo games, and once again, it's so biased with Nintendo. Nintendo games are so hyped because I think everybody that reviews games these days are probably most people in their like what 30s or whatever,
Mm.
and they grew up in like the 90s and 80s playing all these Nintendo games, and they're obviously nostalgic fanboys, and I think that just gives all Nintendo games a massive boost. Like I think Breath of the Wild is a great game, but people say it's like the greatest game of all time, which I just think I don't think it was even the greatest game that year. I think it wasn't. God of War was the year after. I think God of War is a better game than Zelda, but I don't think God of War is the greatest game of all time.
No, exactly.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? I think they're both very, very good games. It's just I don't know. I think they just get very much overhyped, and maybe that's what happened with Last of Us because it's so popular.
I think games critics as well. Maybe they've just got a big self entitlement importance, And for
Maybe.
me, I don't know. It's there's certain YouTube channels I watch, um, when they like review things, and I trust them, but I wouldn't before I go and buy a game. I wouldn't be like, oh, what's IGN saying? I just wouldn't. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it
I'm always
is.
interested in the overall Metacritic score because obviously that's a collective, and it's kind of like, okay, well, but yeah, it generally doesn't sway my purchasing decisions because I generally quite informed and know what I want to buy beforehand.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean,
yeah,
like so many trends, so much information out there. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. The next Call of Duty game could score 100
and
on
you wouldn't buy it.
Metacritic and get 10 out of 10 by every single. I would kind of think, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? But I wouldn't get it because it's just not my type of thing. There's no point. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but yeah, it does. It would give me a little bit of pay a little bit of attention to me, but it wouldn't sway my purchasing decisions. And I think it's for everybody, isn't it? Obviously, you should be responsible in what you buy. Obviously, if you get influenced by someone, then obviously and I probably have been influenced by people before, like in the past, and saying I never have, but probably have to be fair. I picked up a game where I was like, oh, I'm not sure about that. And then certain people, like you said, there's certain personalities that you trust because you might have similar tastes. And if they've
Exactly.
played it out and they're like, okay, this is really good, or this ain't good about this, you're like, okay, we've got similar tastes, so I kind of trust their opinion. That's a bit different, I think.
Hmm.
But yeah,
No, it's
I
very
kind of
interesting. It is
for
interesting.
what they're going to do next. Really, it's kind of like you said before. I hope they don't work on another Last of Us and they just leave it there. I think Last of Us should just be left now
To rot.
and not to rot. It's fine, and whatever they move on to next, I just would like to see them do like a okay, maybe they shouldn't do an open world game because obviously we're going to get obviously another Horizon. We're going to get obviously we've got Spider Man, we've got God of War, we've got now Ghost, which will probably I'll not beat the game, but I presume we'll get a sequel. Um, do you want Naughty Dog to enter that type of game as well? Do you know what I mean? I guess it is a good thing that they do something different, but I almost want them to because I guess they're the type of games I enjoy playing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It'd be interesting for them to pick up like a more open world, funnish, more gamey game rather than a more realistic. You're not playing a game. I don't want you to feel like you're playing a game. You're more like you're playing an interactive movie.
Hmm.
And that's what I feel like Last of Us is trying to do, or that's what Naughty Dog are doing. Because half the time I don't feel like I'm actually playing a game. I feel like I'm a part of an interactive movie, which has got highs and lows, which is not always fun.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, mate. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah, just make a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of I think they try too hard with like the story and trying to make it, like you said, try and make it into like a film for The Last of Us. And I know, like we said before, some people like the story on Last of Us 2. I just thought it was a bit too convoluted and a bit of a mess. But yeah, so I
Sure.
think they go back to because they used to be really good at doing like the story. That's what people like their like me like their games for. So they need to go
Hmm.
back. Yeah, maybe if it's less polished and less stuff like that, but it has a good story, then yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I just
I
say
could.
go back to
Where,
Jack Baxter.
what setting would you see him going next?
Um,
Or if you could pick something, what would it be?
For Naughty Dog to
For
do,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, no more Last of Us or Uncharted. I don't think.
Hmm.
A story-driven Star Wars game would be good. But yeah,
Without the license of Star Wars, I was going to go for something very similar. I think they should go space or sci-fi.
yeah,
There
like
isn't one.
like a Mass Effect.
Yeah, if they were space or sci-fi, I think that is a space that isn't really being touched by Sony in the first party ecosystem, and they could really do something with that. And I wouldn't be surprised. I know there was hints in the Last of Us Part Two with all the astronaut stuff, and obviously Ellie being a big fan of all that. I don't know if
Yeah,
that was a little hint of what they're thinking about doing next, but yeah, I would really love them to do some kind of space fantasy story type
yeah, big
game. I think
sci-fi
that
epic.
absolutely so good,
Yeah,
so good. Yeah,
yeah. But
exciting stuff.
yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they do.
Announced. It might not even happen, but there you
Yeah,
go.
no, like I said earlier on,
Yeah,
Jack and Daxter.
yeah. I
This
think that
should
will
be
wrap
nice.
that up. So we've got a new segment. I don't know if you want to take it away, Brad, for the new segment.
Okay, yeah. So this new segment is this day in gaming. So it is what happened.
No, is that a bit dramatic? I feel that's a little bit dramatic for that.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a
a,
bit dramatic. Yeah, it's just what.
I'll
Yeah,
work. We'll come
um,
back next week.
something in gaming on this day. So on this day, the 20th of July, in 1988, Bionic Commando released in Japan on the NES console, and it was originally released as Hitler's Resurrection Top Secret. So yeah, it's a bit of a yeah, a bit of a
Crap.
long title there. Yeah,
On the first one. Jeez.
and you played as I got a little bit. You played as the person you played as was named Lad Spencer. That's LADD. So Lad, yeah. And it was based on the arcade game released the year before in 1987. So then
Well,
that's yeah. And then obviously I don't
I
anyone
like
knows.
this game.
They released another Bionic Commando back in 2009 in May for the PS3, Xbox 360, and I think the PC as well. I was just looking at it, getting some facts. It got a Metacritic score of 71% back then. And if you're interested, you can pick it up now on Amazon for £7 on the PS3. So yeah,
Really? Wow.
it's
Interesting stuff.
I remember I was working in a supermarket then when that came out on like the game
In
section.
1980 what?
You what, sorry?
Are you revealing your age that you was working in a supermarket in the 80s?
No, not in the 80s, you dick. In 2009, I remember when it came out. So I remember it. Yeah, I remember that getting released, and I didn't play it, but you know,
Oh.
it's there. Yeah. That's a little segment we're trialing this day in gaming. You know, could be interesting. So
Yeah, is that the
yeah.
only thing that happened today in gaming?
That's the only thing I've picked out. There was a lot of stuff, but I just kind of thought, yeah, that looks quite interesting. If anyone's interested, there might be a lot of
I look
Bionic
forward,
Commando fans out there.
I look forward to next week's
Yeah,
segment of this day in gaming. Anyway, but yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, as always, guys, if you can like and subscribe, obviously we appreciate any support whatsoever. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Obviously, we can see that we're trying to grow, and yeah, like I said at the top of the show, only could apologise for the poor audio, but hopefully going forward, yeah, things will only get better in terms
yeah,
of content. We're trialing things out. Obviously, we want to try and make the best possible podcast we can. And obviously, audio would be a massive part of that because obviously you're listening to it. So, yeah, yeah, thanks for sticking with it. And yeah, only going to get better. But I don't know if you want to tell the guys where to follow,
yeah.
like,
Follow, like,
subscribe.
yeah. So obviously you've got our Twitter at PT Players Pod. If you want to follow us there, we've got Part Time Players Podcast on Facebook. Give that a like. PTPlayersPod at gmail.com for any feedback, questions. Still waiting for someone to tell me how to get that trophy in Fallout 4. Uh,
It's not happening.
I will,
It's not happening.
I will bring it up every week. And yeah, we're on YouTube. So if you could
No,
like, subscribe on
I'm
YouTube.
sure
That'd be great. And we're also now on Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher as well. So yeah,
Yeah, and we're on Google Play for the two people that own an Android device.
yes,
So
yeah, Google
you're
Plays,
welcome.
yeah. So yeah, a few more platforms are on now. So we're steadily getting out there a bit more. But yeah, it's great. Did notice that we had another American listener this week. Another one in Virginia. So it takes our total in Virginia up, well, what I can see anyway, up to three.
Sisters or whoever, you know.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, what did you say?
I said our Virginia brothers, and then
Yeah,
I said sisters as well.
yeah.
So
Our
um,
Virginia people out there. Yeah.
yep,
So hello to all our American listeners, and if we've got any listeners anywhere else in the world, and I know we've got a few in the UK. So yeah, just
I
yeah,
looked at stats for that. Obviously, we can see that we've got quite a few in the well, we've got the most in the UK. We've got some in America,
yeah,
and yeah, we don't really have stats for other countries, so we're not really sure. But
yeah,
yeah, keep growing. There's so many platforms we're on now. It's kind of keep track of that. So, but yeah, we can
yeah.
appreciate
Just thank
everybody very much.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're just two mates chatting, about games. And thank
Yeah,
if you're listening, thanks for thank you. And if you do like it, like we said last week, tell a friend or someone else who you think will enjoy the podcast, and then that's a good way for us to grow and get. As the more we do it, the better we'll get, hopefully as well. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yep. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll be back next week. Like we said, hopefully we may have finished Ghost, so we'll probably do a full breakdown of that. Yeah, this Thursday, the 23rd, 5 p.m. UK time. Obviously, we've got the Xbox showcase. We will both be watching, and obviously we'll do our review breakdown of what happens on Wednesday on next week's episode as well, or
Yeah,
Thursday. Sorry.
yeah, because we usually
So
have the what we're gonna play, what we play in this week, but obviously it's just going to be ghosts. So yeah,
yes, it is. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So, yep. Until next week. Yeah. Keep playing.
lovely. Thank you.
Keep playing.
Thanks.
Is
Bye.
it?
Bye.